The King's Secret, a tale of wisdom and lineage.
A king, in his vast and opulent palace, found a black spot on his most prized possession, a flawless, magnificent pearl. His courtiers and wise men tried every method imaginable, but the stubborn stain refused to budge. A poor man, hearing of the king's dilemma, declared, "I know what ails your pearl, my lord."
The beggar was brought before the king, who was skeptical. "There is a worm inside your precious stone," the man explained, "and it is slowly devouring it from within." The king scoffed, "A worm in a pearl? Preposterous! If you are wrong, you will pay with your head." The poor man, with unwavering certainty, accepted the challenge.
When they carefully cut the pearl open, they found a small, dark worm precisely where the man had said. The king was astonished by his wisdom. As a reward, he had the beggar lodged in a corner of the palace kitchen and gave him table scraps for his meals.
The next day, the king mounted his finest horse. "What do you make of this noble steed?" he asked the beggar. The poor man looked the horse over and said, "It is the fastest horse in the land, my king, but it has one strange flaw." The king pressed him for an answer. "If it sees a river, even at a full gallop," the beggar revealed, "it will leap into the water without a moment's hesitation." The king, disbelieving, put the horse to the test. As he rode past a river, the horse, true to the man's word, immediately plunged into the current.
The king, astounded by the beggar's insight, had him stay another night in the kitchen, once again on leftover food.
The next morning, the king summoned the man. "What other secrets do you possess?" he demanded. The beggar, trembling with fear, whispered, "I know that you are not of royal blood." The king's face turned to thunder, and he had the man thrown into the dungeon. But the man's previous correct guesses gnawed at the king, forcing him to seek the truth.
He went to his mother and confronted her. "Mother, who am I really? Am I not a true prince?" She hesitated, then, with a heavy heart, confessed. "The king and I could not have a child, and we feared his nephews would seize the throne. When one of the servants gave birth to you, we took you and raised you as our own." The king's long-held secret was finally out.
The king immediately brought the beggar from the dungeon, not for punishment, but to understand. "Tell me," he commanded, "how did you know all these things? The pearl, the horse, and my own lineage?"
The beggar replied, "My king, I knew about the pearl because it is a universal truth that decay begins from within. As for the horse, its hooves are not smooth like a stallion's, but covered with thick hair. I understood that as a foal, it was raised alongside buffaloes and developed a bond, even drinking their milk. That is why it yearns for the water."
"And my royal blood?" the king asked. "How could you possibly know that?"
"My king," the beggar said, his voice now firm, "I told you two great secrets that were of immense importance to you, yet you lodged me in your kitchen for 2 nights and rewarded me with nothing but scraps. That is not the noble and generous act of a prince born to a king. It is the action of a man of humble birth who knows nothing of true grace."